It's true that everyone loves a big infrastructure project, right? We love to see construction things going on. We think, never in 1,000 years, if I had 1,000,000 shovels, could I get this much work done. But someone said, hey, we need a pipeline 15 miles from there to over there. And they found a way to get it done with some backhoes over there, and they got this cool trenching thing over there, just a big old wheel. Where is it? There it is, big old wheel spinning and just digging a big long line. And that's awesome because people just said, hey, you know what? We're going to get things done, and they're getting things done. And in the church, there's no reason we can't do that. So often, I'm guilty, I'm talking to myself here too, we go, oh, God, I wish we could save more souls, I wish we could evangelize more people, and we kind of do a little bit, and I guess that's all that we could pull off, and we only get minimal results. And then there's things like this happening that require huge amounts of labor, and we get it done. My pitch is there's no reason we can't apply this amount of planning and effort and, yes, even money to go with it to make church things happen because, well, this pipeline is neat and I'm sure it's important for something, but the gospel and salvation of souls is even more important. So I know it's not exactly a parallel, but when I see big infrastructure projects like this, when we're digging, miles and miles of trenches with big cool equipment, spending lots of money on it, I think to myself, you know what? We should spend at least this much effort and intention to save souls, to build up the church, to preach the gospel, to, build up campus ministry, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, SWOSU Catholic, because it's much more important than pipeline digging. There's nothing else we could really spend our effort on that would be more important, in fact. So let us redouble our efforts, triple our efforts, quadruple our efforts for the sake of the church, for the sake of the gospel, not to show off to ourselves, not just to build cool stuff for its own sake, but because our work for the gospel saves souls. Nothing can be more important than that. But also, man, that's cool to look at. Let's do both. Let's have cool infrastructure and, even more importantly, build up the church and save souls. Hope he's not about to crush my car.